why do you want my number? And I was like, to talk to you. And then she was like, tell you what, I'll do this. I'll give you a digit for every day that we carry on talking. That's mad.
Let me tell you girls, yeah. When you go to places like Zim Days, or you go to places where you know guys, man, them are going to be there, yeah. Whether you are ready for a relationship or not, glow up, sis. I was minding my own business, and he came lurking in my DMs.
Can I just tell you?
Hey guys, are we gonna do it together? Or just like hi guys?
No, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm okay.
What, you think you're too bad?
First of all, I learned from last time where I tried to do a nice thing.
If you're wondering what he is talking about, just check the video that we did last and you catch on pretty quickly. Link is in the description. Anyway, let's move on. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm here again with my hubby. You guys responded well to the video that we did, so we decided to do another video, you know, because I'm just trying to get views and that. So currently the whole thing happening with the virus, and people are in lockdown. We're currently in the UK. So, you know, my heart goes to everybody that has, you know, lost their loved ones or are going through, you know, the symptoms right now. So we just want to say that before we do this video, because we know it's quite a sensitive, you know, time at this moment, right?
That's true.
But now let's get on to the video. Today we're going to be doing a how we met video. So
just remember, there's two sides to every story.
Yep, two sides to every story. Well, actually, there's three sides to every story.
Oh.
Your side, the other person's side, and the truth.
What if the truth is my side?
Well, we'll just
then
never know.
My side is also the truth.
It could be.
So it's only two sides.
So you try to say your side is the truth?
Exactly, baby.
How did we meet? This is a how we met video. So how did we meet?
I think in keeping with the tradition, ladies go first.
Ladies go first.
Yeah.
So you want to say, okay. How we met. So I was minding my own business, and he came lurking in my DMs.
Can I just tell you, right? The amount of times that I've heard this story every single time told to anyone who asks, this is always the first line. I was just minding my own business. Like,
minding
what does
my
that
own
even mean? What does
child.
that even mean?
So I was at a point in my life where I had gone through like a bad breakup, and I was just taking time off. Like, I basically deactivated all my social medias, Instagram, Facebook. I deleted Snapchat, but I deactivated Instagram and Facebook. And I was just not on anything. Like, the only place you could find me was WhatsApp. So if you didn't have my number and my email address, there was no way you could get in contact with me. So we are Seventh-day Adventists. And I sing, so I go to so many churches singing with my group. Amaris a cappella, shout out. If you haven't watched our video, go watch. We just released a single. So we're going around with Amaris singing, and then this guy sees me with like my friends. We're singing, we're chilling, and then that's basically where it started. And then he saw me, he was interested in me, he started asking people about me. Then he started looking for my
I feel like you're
socials.
telling my side of the story now here.
No, you were looking for my socials and stuff. And
how'd you know I was looking for your socials?
because you told me that.
And that's my side of the story.
Okay, so you want to say how it was for me, but it would be incomplete if it doesn't have your side in it.
Yeah, it's a puzzle.
Okay, fine. Alright, so I don't know the rest of the socials part, so I'm trying to redo it now. So, like, okay, there's a day that I actually saw him, and we were at church singing with my friends, and for me, that was the first time seeing him, but for him, that was, like, the second or third, I don't know, time seeing me. So, he basically was teaching a class, like a Sabbath school youth class, and he was like, after the class, he was like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, he was trying to, you know, like, make convo and stuff. At that point, I actually had a boyfriend that time. So you were trying to make convo, and then I just looked at my friend Nigel, and I was like, Nigel, get me out of it. But Nigel just carried on walking. I'm like, what's going can't be chatting to him. So I then just like deaded out the convo and then went. And I just thought, oh, he's a nice guy. But I didn't think nothing of it because I was in a relationship. I'm a loyal girl. So your girl is loyal. So I wasn't trying to look around. So I was really bothered. And then my friends were like, oh, that guy likes you. And I was like, oh, well, I have a boyfriend. Too bad. Fast forward. He then DM'd me. Remember, I had deactivated my account. So this is like 3 months or like 6 months later, I don't know, like months later, he DM'd me. I'm like, this guy, like, he DM'd me, he's like, oh, hey, do you remember me, or something like that. So he had DM'd my friend, like, oh, who's that, girl, because she had posted a picture of me with her. And then he DM'd my friend saying, oh yeah, like, who's that girl? And they said, yeah, it's just my sister. Like, we were really close, almost like sisters. So he then, like, was like, oh, okay, so how old is she? Like, trying to find details. So she screenshots the messages, Girls are good at screenshotting. Don't play.
Behavior.
So she screenshots, and then I'm like, no, tell him I have a boyfriend. Because I actually had a boyfriend at that time. So she said to him, as in my friend said to you, she has a boyfriend. And then he then carried on messaging me even after that. This is how you know guys are trash.
Not true.
Hold on, I know that this is true because you, when I asked you why you did that, you were like, oh, I wanted to confirm for myself because I didn't know if she was lying or not.
Oh, but
so I was like, that's how you know guys are trash.
Hold on.
My girl told him that I had a man, and then
what's that got to do with being trash? What if I don't believe her?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what you said. When I asked you, why did you still DM me when you knew you were like,
who you are, to me messaging you, there was a long period of time, and I did not message you because she had said that. And that's not when I messaged you. I messaged you after I saw you at the same day. Those were two completely different things, and I didn't even know that you were actually the same person. From that picture, and
at the same day.
Yeah, I didn't know it was the same person.
You are trash.
I just know that's the kind of person I like.
So I'm a catfish.
What does that even mean? No.
How are you not gonna recognize me in person, but you recognize me on Instagram?
No.
So I'm a catfish,
no.
And I wasn't even putting makeup like that on that picture.
No, because it was like a while.
And I had braids on.
From the time I asked your friend
I had no
to the time when I
nothing.
saw you. There was a long period of time there because
how
she
did
did
you
say
not,
that
like,
because
was
she
me?
didn't even tell. I don't think she even told me your name like that. I don't even remember. But anyway, I'm sure I let that go. And then later on,
I let
it go.
I'm not letting that go. What you just said now.
You know what?
That's so rude.
Okay.
So apparently he let it go. So I guess my guy was just moving to go after go then. You look trash right now, I'm not gonna lie.
What? How?
Yeah.
If somebody says, this is my friend and my friend has a boyfriend, why would you be lingering on that person that has a boyfriend? Each to their own, innit? So you leave it alone.
No, I respect you for that. But my thought process was, why are you DMing me when my girl just told you I have a boyfriend? So I was thinking, this guy.
It was a long time in between.
Fair enough.
So
then after that, yeah, I responded after like a couple of days because I wouldn't log in like that. I would log in like after like weeks. So when you messaged me, I remember saying, oh, sorry, I didn't see this message because I'm not on Instagram like that. Then you're trying to make convo like, why? Like, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going for a detox. And I was like, anyway, I've got a man. And then you DM me months later. This was like, what, 6 months later? This was later. And then you DM me again. You're like, oh, hey, how you doing?
I feel like you're telling her this story has been like here, there, everywhere.
Probably. But anyways, you messaged me later, like months later, and you're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Again. And that time, I had no boyfriend. I had like, me and my boyfriend had broken up, and I was going through my thing, like, the whole single thing, celibacy thing, everything. So then you messaged me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Then you just started making convo. And because when I had seen you, I wasn't really like interested in that. Like, I was like, oh, he's a cute guy, but I wasn't like, oh, he could be my boyfriend. So when we started speaking, it was like we were best friends. Like, it was just like, oh, I can tell him anything. Like, we were just having good convos, but it wasn't in a way that, oh, I'm trying to get to know him like that and date. We were just like good friends, and I feel like that was sort of the basis of like us being so like best friends even up to now. Like that's my side. So what's your side? I feel like my side was long. Oh my gosh, such a mouthful. But what was your side of this? What's your side of this? So how did we meet? Like how?
Forgive me if I say anything wrong. If I
Okay.
forget certain things,
That's fine.
you know.
I got your back, baby.
You got. Mm-hmm.
I got your back.
How can the person having my back be the one that will crucify me? But
Well, depends.
no, but anyway. So I'm gonna start from the picture, right?
Okay.
I was
saw a
on
picture.
Instagram one day, and I saw a picture of you
Roaming around the earth.
I was okay, roaming around the gram, and then I saw a picture of you and your friend.
Yeah.
But I knew your friend, and I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
I was like,
Like
whoa.
you knew my friend already from like
yeah.
your brother and
He's
stuff.
my brother. So the friend, I messaged the friend. I was like, "Who is that person standing next to you? Because that person looks very beautiful."
Ooh.
I thought you did look beautiful. I don't know.
You thought, or you still think that?
So I forever think that.
She got
Anyway.
that yum.
Okay.
Get that sound. I got gassed. Sorry.
I'm gonna try and tell the
I'm
rest
a
of the
words of
story and
affirmation
not say
person.
things that are gonna make her go like that.
Okay.
So after I messaged your friend, your
Yeah.
friend, and then she basically said, "Yeah, you have a boyfriend."
Yeah. Then
I
you
was-
didn't believe it.
No, it's not that I didn't believe it. I'm sure I left it alone. I was like, "Oh, okay, you know what? You have a boyfriend,
Okay.
and life goes on." So I live my life. So one day I was with my friend. We are going to Zim Day in Luton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I go to Luton, Zim Day, it was
Yeah.
a Zim Day, Zimbabwe Day. I saw you and your friends, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, who's that girl?" Now I was with.
I mean, whoa! Did you hear that? Whoa!
Yeah, she dresses nice, very classy, and she looked very, very nice. So
Yeah.
you stood out.
I mean, I
From the
did
rest?
try on that day. All the time I go to Zim Days. Let me tell you girls, yeah. When you go to places like Zim Days, or you go to places where you know guys, man, them are gonna be there, yeah. Whether you are ready for a relationship or not, glow up, sis. Glow up.
Why
Don't
is that even a good thing to say, please?
just look good. It doesn't matter
Why
whether you're
when-
single or not. Just look good, because this is the reason. Because you don't know what's coming. Especially when you're single, you don't know. So whether you're looking or not, just glow up. Just look good. And that's, for me,
I'm not co-signing that.
that was the
advice.
thing. Like,
That-
I had to. Because this is the thing. You never know. You don't have to look like what you're going through. Even though I might have
You
been
don't have to
going
look like
through-
what you're going through. What does that even mean?
I was going through some rough
I thought it was
times
my
and
turn to tell the
heartbreak.
story, and
I'm
now
just
you're
saying,
out
like,
here
I was
like
going
making...
through some rough times, but I didn't look like that. Do you know what I mean? You looked at me like, wow. But in my heart, I knew I was a mess. Like, I don't know. Like, I was just, like, going through stuff. So, yeah, dude, you don't gotta look like what you're going through. Glow up. That's a word.
For those that want that advice,
That's a
tis yours.
word.
It was
Yeah.
time to come out of church, and I saw you and your friends walking. I was walking away,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Who is that?" to my friend, and then my friend is like, "Oh, that's so and so. Well, that's Melissa." I was like, "Okay. Can I see Melissa's Instagram or whatever?"
But why? This is the thing. Why do you want to see my Instagram when you just saw me in person?
No, you disappeared. So like at Zim Day,
Oh.
how it works is as soon as people are coming out of that church, there's like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So
there's
you
many-
say hi to this person, say hi to that person, and by the time you get to the next person, like everybody's just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those. So it was hurtful that you just
I
saw
just
such a beautiful
vanished.
girl and then she just disappeared.
Oh,
But it wasn't the end of the story. there was more to the
you
story.
revived yourself.
Anyway, so I asked my friend who you were.
Mm-hmm.
He told me who you were. I was like, okay, can you get me her Instagram? He kind of dragged his
Insta.
feet a bit. So I asked my other friend. I kept on asking again. Got another friend.
Persistence. Get you a man who is persistent.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so I kept on asking. And then the other friend then sent your Instagram. But then when I went on it, it was Like, how can you have an Instagram that has
No
about
pictures.
3,000 followers but no pictures at all?
Yeah.
So I was intrigued.
Yeah.
That's how I sent you a first message. And I was like, so how come you have so many followers but you don't have any pictures?
And
Exactly.
the thing is, like, people that you were following followed me, so it was like mutual friends, probably like
Exactly.
like 50 or whatever mutual friends, because those followers were genuine.
Yeah.
It was just that I was off Instagram because that was the time where I was doing my YouTube thing and I was like, you know, doing the social thing, but I had to come off to fix my life.
Did I ask you if you had a boyfriend?
You didn't, but I told you. Because
I
you
didn't
asked
even
for my
ask.
number.
Oh yeah, that's
and
true.
I just told you, like, nah.
I asked for her number after. I said, why don't you have any pictures up? You basically explained your detoxing. Don't even understand that concept.
Detox.
But you said that's what it is. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then you don't come on Instagram very often. Then you were like, no. Then I was like, okay, then can I have your number?
Oh, look at you trying to be all sleek.
It was a legitimate reason, no?
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Of course,
yeah.
I just wanted to get to know,
I just want to get to know ya.
Okay. So after that, you basically said you had a boyfriend. You can't give me a number. I was like, oh, cool. Then I left it alone for like months, I think.
Yeah, it was just months on months. And I was like, why did this guy DM me again?
One day you popped up. One day you actually popped
me?
up on my Instagram. I was on Instagram, and then So I think somebody had added me on Instagram, and then there's suggestions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on suggestions, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I've messaged this person before. I was like, hey, how you doing? How come you're still...
What is you let me message her again?
Yeah, no, because you were still not having any pictures.
Yeah.
And I just thought, so when are you coming back on Instagram?
Oh,
that's what I was asking. I was a concerned citizen.
Cute. Oh.
Exactly.
Because you just trying to slide in.
No. And when then you ended up giving me a number. Wait, no. She didn't even give me a number,
close.
You know
the
how
number
mad
thing
it
is a whole
After
other
talking
story.
to her for like a while on Instagram, messages, like
we
days.
spoke for like, what? On Instagram, you spoke for...
8 days. No, more than 8 days.
About 9.
Yeah, let me tell you why. No,
It's actually more than 9 because when we spoke, it was about a week until you were like, oh, can I have your number? Then I said that whole thing that I said. Then obviously from then it was like 9 days.
Imagine, I asked for her number and her response was, why do you want my number? And I was like, to talk to you. And then she was like, tell you what, I'll do this. I'll give you a digit for every day that we carry on talking. That's mad. I thought that was absolutely crazy. Normally, I don't really care for a number that much, but I was very intrigued that somebody actually came up with this idea to want to give me the number in that manner. And I actually did enjoy talking to you. So I was like, okay, let's do this.
Do you know why I said that though? Basically, that time, you could not split me from God. Me and God were friends, like there's twins. I would consult him for everything.
Can people split you from God now?
No, I'm just saying, like that time, like you know, sometimes in your seasons in your life, there's seasons where you're so close to God like this, and there's seasons where you're kind of far, and there's seasons. So that season, because I was going through the heartbreak, and you know, like the verse that says, God mends the brokenhearted. And, you know, like when you're broken, that's the time where, you know, God will be there for you no matter what. So I felt like that season I was really seeking God, and I prayed about it, and I was like, God, this guy wants my number, because I wasn't playing with my heart at that point. I was like, I don't want to get broken. Like, I feel like I was just getting into relationships and nothing was being accomplished, and I didn't want that anymore. And I said to God, like, the next guy I want to date, I want to be able to get married to that person. So I prayed about it, and I was like, God, this person has asked for my number. I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to say anything yet. And that night, I said to you, I'll think about it, remember? And then you were like, oh, fine, sleep on it. And then I was like, yeah, I'll sleep on it. So the next day, and I prayed that night, the next day, I just got this idea. I don't know how, where, I had never read it or anything. I was just like, you know what? Tell you what, if you want my number, I'll give you a digit every single day. And that for me, it's like I also had time to get to know you in those times. So if I felt like at that point I didn't want to give you my number because we're not really getting along or anything like that. That's enough days to be able to tell that this person, I can give them my number or I can't. And in those days, although he was cutting corners.
Listen, man.
He goes, because so every number in the UK starts with 07. This guy basically said 07. How many numbers? 11 numbers.
Yeah, it's 11 numbers.
Yeah, 11. So this guy who goes 07, so I'm already on day 3. And I'm like, bro. So anyways,
you
that
couldn't
was...
persecute me for numbers. I knew already. It wasn't
that's
my fault. You
fair
can't give me
enough.
numbers.
Like, I was like,
already.
you know what? That's fair. So it ended up being 9 days instead of like...
Actually, it was less than 9 days. It was about 8 days because at some point I started using the biblical calendar. Sunset to sunset.
He was like, sunset to sunset. So it ended up being 8 days. Nonetheless, we enjoyed that time, didn't we? It was so good, nice speaking to you. Even like on Instagram, when we're texting on Instagram, we're like DMing back and forth. We would sleep so late as well. Mm-hmm. Like we would sleep at like 4 in the morning and we just still text and So it was so nice and it was really cool getting to know you before, the number. And I remember when you called, you FaceTimed me and you were at work. I don't know where you were at work. And then the first time you got my number, you FaceTimed me at work. And then
I was awake and I went to the prayer room.
And I was so excited.
Yeah. I got out of the office and I went to the prayer room.
Yeah,
and then
that was so cute.
And
I was so excited. I was
she didn't even want to go on the on FaceTime for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Because apparently there had to be, the kind of hats that they put on. She had to put one of those.
Basically, I think my headscarf on. I don't know. Probably I had my headscarf on. And I wanted to because I didn't expect him to FaceTime me. I said, you're going to call me later.
You made me wait for the number for 8 days. Of course I'm going to FaceTime. What's the least thing?
Well, I guess so. But I didn't expect... I just thought maybe he's going to text me or just say hi. But the first thing you ever did was just like FaceTime me. And I'm like, bruh, I'm not ready yet. You could have given a go or some warning. Gotta take my scarf off, put my wig on.
But it was good. It was good.
No,
and from my end, what I got from that whole story was persistence.
Yep.
It's good. It's good.
The soul.
Well, sometimes you get what your end goal is, and not always, but in this case, it happened.
Definitely.
And it was good.
Yeah.
And look, we're here and we're married.
We did that.
And it was a good thing, really, that she was praying to God and you were having your own promises with him or what you were asking of him. Do you feel like that was answered?
Oh, 100 and million times %. Like, I wanted a best friend and I kept saying to God, like, I want somebody who will know me, someone who's my best friend, like, and someone who just be there for me. And you are my best friend, you're there for me. And it was just a crazy, like, answered prayer. And I felt like God answered it so quick because I was only 20 at that point. And I was like, God, like, I'm not in a rush. Like, whenever he comes, but I'm just not going to take anyone my way. Like, it has to be the person this time. So God just answered it so quickly. Like, God is unpredictable. Sometimes he will take long to answer prayers. Sometimes it's taking short time. Like, you don't know. So I wasn't sure for a while. Like, I was not sure for a while that you were the person. Because I kept praying on it. And like, God, I don't want to, get things wrong. Like, I've been this route before. And if it's not for me, just let him go. Like, let him go. I don't need him. And I wasn't desperate to get anybody. I was like, God, please. If it's not the person for me, let him go. And I'm not even going to, like, wrestle you, because I've wrestled God for people before and it didn't go well. And trust me, in the long run, it's just like a mess. You'd rather just go for what God is saying in the long run. So I was like, if it's not for me, just let him go. It's fine. Like, just let him go.
So a homie, I was somebody's answered prayer.
Yeah.
Look at God. Ain't that amazing?
Were you praying about it? Because I always feel like guys are more relaxed with this stuff, but were you praying for me, like, the next person? You've obviously had other relationships before. I wasn't like the first girlfriend and stuff. So, were you praying about your next person? Or were you just like hunting?
Hunting. I don't even know what that... Nah.
What was it for you?
I wish I could tell you I remember.
Oh, wow. You don't
No,
remember,
but here's the
y'all.
thing, though.
You don't
Here's the
remember.
thing. I don't remember, but for the longest time, it has always been like a rule of mine that I don't just get into relationships with people that I don't really... with anyone. Well, it was very important that I get into a relationship with somebody that I know is a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Because when you're now older, you have an understanding of who you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a perfect fit.
Oh,
You have an understanding
cute.
of who you are. So when you have an understanding of who you are, it's actually, well, you're in a better position to make a wiser decision as to who you actually want to be with. So,
Yeah.
and how was you?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Okay, guys. So this is how we met. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was... I don't know if people might have more questions to it. I guess basically how we met is church, Instagram, DM, and
Stay in church.
all
people.
history from there. Literally.
Good things happen in church.
Trust me, like, I know a lot of guys in church are also trash, but a lot of guys in church are also good people. And I think it's just about pray on it, ask God for the right guy to come your way, and he will. Most of the time, you've already met him. Most of the time, he's around your crew somewhere, like where you are. You just don't know it, or you just, have no idea that person. Because he would always be around people that I know. And it's so crazy that I only got to know you then, that time. And it's good because I feel like God is probably preserving us from, even getting to know each other before we were like mature enough to handle like a proper relationship and, like go through life. So I think, I'm happy that I met you then, not younger or like any other time. And, I'm sure you can say the same for you, hopefully, as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for supporting us.
Continue to support.
Yes, please.
And please like the videos and subscribe.
Like the video, subscribe, and all the rest. Share it.
All that nice stuff and share it.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Peace.